going on, guys? It's me again, the cutest man in the business, Mr. Every Night G Cute. Uh, Before I get started, I'm going to go ahead and warn everyone. Everything I'm about to say has the potential to be incredibly vulgar, disrespectful to women, treating women as objects instead of human beings. And it's not the way, so you know, that Scott Haynes looks at women. It's the way that most men look at women. And G Cute just wants to give you guys an education on what is and isn't acceptable when it comes to taking home bar rats. So if you want to know what is and is not acceptable when it comes to taking home a rat from the bar, keep looking. Keep watching, keep listening, because I'm about to give you every single word. This right here is officially what I'm going to call my scoring system on bar rats. First of all, we'll start with your A-level girl. Your A-level girl is when you walk into the bar and you see this girl that's gorgeous. She's young, she's thin, she's between 18 and 28, and she's less than 140 pounds. She's amazing. She's got a flawless body. And she talks to you, and you don't have to worry about it. It's probably between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. and 11 p.m. 10 a.m. is when Russell T goes to the bar. I'm kidding. Anyways, it's between 10 and 11 p.m., and you're chilling, and this girl just comes up and talks to you, and you just hit it off real well. You get her phone number, and you do or don't get laid. If you don't get laid, of course you got to give up. But here's what is acceptable when it comes to the A-level girl. The A-level girl is, okay, you have to make sure you exhaust every single solution possible to get that girl to go home with you. What is not acceptable is, don't think it's A-level just because she talks to you. She has to look like Jessica Biel. She can't look like me. Okay? That's your A-level girl. Now we'll go ahead and move on to your B-level girl. It's between 11 p.m. and 12 a.m. It's right there before midnight, and you're just out chilling and having fun. And then you've had a couple drinks, and you see a girl that's really pretty, and you walk up to her. She can be gorgeous still at this point, but you walk up to her, and you're willing to buy her a shot. And of course, that's only if you feel like girls are actually worth wasting money on, and in most cases they're not. But you walk up and you offer a shot, you buy them a shot, and then they look at you, and things work out, and you wind up taking that girl home. Okay, that's perfect. Here's what is acceptable. I've lowered the standards a little. It's between 18 and 30, and she's got to be less than 150 pounds. Okay, because there are some girls that are in that area that are still gorgeous. So you take her home and you have fun with her. That's what's acceptable. What is not acceptable is if you are walking up and buying shots for a girl that either A, has no interest in you, or B, is a lesbian, or C, is a fat chick. It's not worth it. I've committed that. I'm proof that can happen. So that's still okay. That's still acceptable on the B level for everything else. Then there's your C-level girl. It's between 12 and 1. You're starting to get a little bit desperate, but you still are looking at girls that it's like, I wouldn't be ashamed to take her home. You know, the guys wouldn't look at me like I was a god, but the guys wouldn't look at me and be like, Jesus Christ, what was he thinking? So you're walking around and you see a girl, and it's like, okay, this girl's, she's not that attractive, but she's got an alright body. At least she's not a fat chick, and she's alright. And you decide you're going to take her home. So you take her home, and you have fun with her, and the first thing you do whenever she wakes up is you kick her out the fucking house because you don't have any interest in a relationship. You're just looking to get laid, right? So that's that level. Now, what is acceptable at the C level is any girl that doesn't have a pretty face but still has a decent body, as long as she doesn't weigh beyond the amount that I specifically said prior to this. Okay? What is not acceptable is when you're looking at this girl and everyone else in your party, your friends, your guys, the boys you're there with, are looking around at other girls that are much more attractive than her, you go after the girl that they're looking at, not this girl, okay? That's your C level. Then you go to D. What's D level? I'll explain D level. D level is between 1 and 3 a.m., okay? It's time for you to start closing down, and you're like, damn it, I'm getting desperate. So you're looking around, and you find a chubby chick, and now, your friends have already left, so there's no use in even worrying about them seeing you, and you see a chubby chick, but not a chick that's, like, nasty, just a chick that's chubby and still might have a cute face and some nice fucking titties on her and a nice booty on her, and you're like, alright, she's a chubby chick, she's got a little bit of meat. It's alright, I've had like 20 shots of Jaeger, and it's obvious this bitch is drunk and probably pretty much fuck anything, so I'm going to go ahead and go after it. And then you go after it, and you look at her, and you go, hey, baby, you want some of GQ's penis? And she either does or doesn't go after that. And usually they don't with that pickup line. If you give her a different pickup line, like, yo, you going to let me eat that, first, then yes. And by the way, it is good to imply that, because if you imply that there might be some oral sex in their future, then there's a good chance there's an oral sex in your future. So, feel free to go ahead and imply that, but don't actually do it, because this bitch is D level. She's not worth your time, money, or effort. You make her go down on you, okay? And here's what is acceptable with a D level girl. What is acceptable with a D level girl is you can take her home with you, and you can do whatever as long as she leaves the next morning. Don't go, oh, well, that was so great. Maybe I could just stick with this girl, because even though, yeah, she's a bigger girl, maybe she'll worship me more because she knows I can do better. That mentality doesn't work, because those bitches are just as mean as the thin, hot ones. So if you're going to get treated like shit, at least be treated like shit by a fucking 10. Got it? Okay. What's not acceptable is when you look at a girl at the D level and you go, well, I'm going to take this girl home with me, and I'm going to spend money on her. If the girls at D level don't spend any money, got it? That's rule number one with D level girls. Now, we've gone in pretty thorough stuff about the D level girls, so let's move on to the F level. F level's no longer passing. D level you can do and not feel too bad about it. F level, you fucking are embarrassed as hell, because F level's when it's 3 a.m. and the bar is closed, and you ain't got no chicks going home with you, and you're just driving around trying to pick up the first fat bitch you can find, and you're looking around and you see, oh man, that chick looks fucking drunk, I'm gonna go after that bitch. So you go after and you pull up and you go, yo baby, jump in the car, I'll take you for some Z-Brick and we'll have some fun, baby. And it's like, yeah, right, well, okay, first of all, yeah, go ahead and buy her some Z-Brick, because at this level you're so fucking desperate. You'll do that, and if there's chicken wings in her future, chances are the fat bitch is going to go ahead and let you hit, because she's desperate for some dick too. Now, here's what is acceptable when it comes to F level. Chicken wings. But make sure you're getting yourself some breadsticks with cheese covered in bacon, because that's fucking delicious when it comes to Z-Brick oven pizza. Make sure you're getting fed well too. What is not acceptable is sex. Don't fuck this chick, because you might wind up getting this fucking bitch pregnant, and you don't want shit to do with none of that. I don't care if you got 3 condoms. I don't care if she's got a Nuva ring. I don't care if you've got a morning after pill. I don't care if you're willing to wake up the next morning and take a fucking clothes hanger and shove it her fucking pussy and make sure she doesn't have a kid. I don't give a shit. You don't fuck this bitch. You take her home, you get your dick sucked, and you don't let her stay the night. You just kick her out the fucking house after that, and who cares? You got no emotional attachment. Let her drive home drunk. Who gives a fuck? Alright? That is what's not acceptable. Now, I know a lot of you guys are looking at me right now like, oh my god, man, I can't believe that my good friend Scott Haynes would say this stuff. And that's the thing, though. This isn't Scott Haynes. I am GQ. And that's why I can say these things. And yeah, I'm a bigger guy. You know what? So what? It doesn't matter. If you've ever been to a bar with me on a crowded night when I'm single, you already know the type of stuff that goes on when I'm at the bar. Okay? That is the first thing you gotta realize. the second thing you gotta realize is I can say or think or do whatever I want to because A, I'm a fucking American citizen, and B, I am G motherfucking cute, the king of bling, the president of pimpin', and the CEO of keeping it gangsta, baby. So keep that in mind, okay? And that, my friends, was cute.